And we're live once again. 48 days until election day. You see something here with the, no, just mute. Volume control on this is, but after everyone's feedback, okay, I'm getting a microphone coming in. This camera's starting to act weird. I've had this camera for a few years, ever since the big uh, crisis. And also, this software in the picture acts up a little. So I don't know. This is a YouTube thing or what. I do know in the playbacks, and I went in like yesterday. I started way too early. Nobody really showed up. I only had 2 or 3 people on at 8 o'clock, and there was no feedback other than somebody, hello, and that was it for almost the whole thing. But I went on this morning, I looked at it as a viewer, and the chat replies did come up. You have to move it across to get towards the end because it's like this time, 9 o'clock. I had like 10, 12 people, and everybody had something to say. Okay, so there was a boatload of comments at the later part there. Morning, Joe. Uh, yeah, I kind of rescheduled stuff. I was out working in the garage for a couple hours, and we'll try to set it at 9 o'clock uh, during this countdown to election day. As you see, I got a new addition to my wardrobe, and I also, because of the audio problems, I've ordered a microphone, and that should be here sometime later today. So tomorrow we will try to do this with a microphone, or I may do some testing myself, just go do a live clip, make sure everything's working, maybe use StreamYard and see if that, because that came out, that test, that the playback and everything on that come out, it was hideous. The sound, everything was bad. So they have all new software and it's free, of course. So, anything free, you're not getting the best shit in the world anyway. But yeah, we're working on, I'm taking your advice and working on it. So today's subject, when we go out and look, disinformation and how insane it is. I'm going to go here. I usually go just in general on YouTube and look at what videos are posting there. Okay. And you get the political ones, like here I'm looking Forbes, where the press secretary there is saying, is democracy dangerous? Harris says she's going to earn a vote. A black man, uh, about DeSantis calling for investigation in the White House. All this nonsense. You know, and something that proof that Trump was right about him. Uh, eating cats and stuff. That's crazy ass shit. All right, you got to see your guns. I'm sorry, I was looking at a news feed. All right, that's good. You got to see them. You can't possess them. But yeah, and looking at all of uh, this information, or you go out there and let's even just skip the political stuff. Just looking at finance, and I've been fooling around with silver and gold. Just watching these people, they're more influencers. You'll have one channel where the guy says because of BRICS, the metals are going to fly up out of control and be worth a ton of money. And then the next day, he'll say that the government controls stuff and it's going to do, uh, collapse. Sent you an email if you could make me some. Yes, I sent a reply to you, Jacob. The situation with that is the GRA, okay, the GRA works best with a paper patch bullet and black powder, and Bertram brass is what I use. Now it's about $100 for the 20 empty cases, but they're the correct size cases with the correct head. Okay, loading it is expensive. Um, that is what I found work. I tried smokeless loads with different types of bullets and getting accuracy, whatever. Um, I sent you an email. You could go to um, Buffalo Arms and see they have loaded ammo. Okay, and they're just using the bullet for the Mauser 7184, and they load it however you want. But I think they're sold out on everything. So for me to go and try to load it, if I can't buy the components to load it for you, okay, uh, I can't load it. All right. So I suggest just go to Buffalo Arms, wait till they got it in stock again, and probably be the best bet. Okay. Because I found paper patching a bullet, especially if you have a 74/66. Some of them have a chamber insert with a little narrow thing to hold that undersized bullet in. And anything you shoot in there, you will not get satisfactory results because the chamber is narrower than the groove diameter. Okay, so the gras is kind of tricky. So yes, you should have gotten the emails. Uh, let me see. Let me check. Yep, September 16th. I sent it to you. I sent you an email, which was Monday. I sent you that email. Well, see, that's the problem. It's like 50/70. 50/70, I used to be able to load in. I actually loaded some of it, and a subscriber called me up in a panic. He bought a 50/70 trapdoor and he wanted to shoot it. And I only had like 35, 40 empty cases because it was something I could just order at any time. Okay, I never stocked up. And it was not a big demand cartridge, but they stopped making it. So now we were screwed. And that's where he sent me 10 of those brass shotgun cases to make an alternative, but the rim is off. It'll work. I fired the gun. I made a video where I fired the gun and that, but it's not 100%. Okay. And I don't like using that shotgun brass because it's pretty damn thin, and it ain't cheap either. And I don't know how many shots you'd get out of there before you'd have a case rupture or something like that. But yeah, a lot of this stuff is on back order. That's why I don't make ammo for anyone anymore. I can't get the components. Okay. And something simple like the Austrian calibers, the 8x56 that goes in the straight pulls. You used to be able just to buy the ammo from PPU and you could have bought all the reloading components, the brass, the bullets, whatever you needed. Okay, and that's what I've done for years. All of a sudden, with the way things are, the supply chain and that, next thing you know, you can't find the stuff for 2 years at a time. All right. And like I said, I have some cases that I use in my garage, but not a lot. I have like 60 of them or something for my personal use. For me to load some for somebody else, I'd have to go buy some cases. Okay. And they're out of stock. So, I don't really want to break your balls or give you a hard time, but it's something that I just can't do it. Okay, it's not that I don't want to; it's just I really can't. It's problematic. Reloading anything. Somebody wanted me to reload uh, something for them, and I just can't get the powder. You see that powder there? Okay, in the back. I kind of use that for one cartridge, one specific cartridge, or actually a couple I can use. When I seen that, those kegs went from like 130. I got some older ones, 130, $120. You load a lot of cartridges on them. They're over $400 a piece. You know, before I got some at the very beginning of January for the price increase, they were like 300 and some dollars. So I ended up dropping $700 just for the powder. And now it's kind of sold out. And sometimes this stuff's sold out for years. They don't, like you're saying, they ain't going to get it back in stock. So, it's problematic. Black powder, too. I went looking other than Swiss. They got uh, black powder uh, forever. Do you think it'll come around? No. What you're going to find is you're going to find people that may fabricate a case. There's several guys out there that form the graph from something. Buffalo Arms is the best because the rim thickness is what gets you. They have that weird head on them where the base of the cartridge goes in and the flange is way out. It's like 80 thousandths. Okay. Nobody makes anything with an 80 thousandths rim. So Buffalo Arms will do with the alternative case is they have a press and they press down, and that's where they press the edge of the rim up. So the case will headspace correctly in the firearm. Okay. I tried to figure out, I do have a hydraulic press in storage, but there's a way you got to make this plate. It's a two-step process. They have to be heat treated and hardened, and there's a way you can make it. But somebody had the plans out there. I would have machined them up and made them to be able to do it. But then they found out you can make money on it, so that all went out the window. Okay, and it is a difficult thing to do. But no, I doubt very much any of those obsolete cartridges, unless you go to somewhere like Buffalo Arms, or there's several other places that'll make some of that older ammo, but it's tough to find. It's like people make a center fire cartridge for the Swiss Vetterlies. And my neighbor said, well, the guy, he wanted to convert his Vetterli to center fire because they're all going to gunsmith school. And he said, but the ammunition costs like 120 or $130 for 20 rounds. He goes, can you make them some? I said, I ain't going to make them some for 30, $40. If somebody's charging $120 for a box of shells, anybody on the membership, I'll knock, 10, $20 off the cost. But then again, I ain't making no money. Okay. And, in these economic times, if I'm going to do something, it's like I said, if I'm going to do something with my time, it's going to be beneficial to me. Okay. Because how much time I got left on this earth and whatever's going to damn happen here in the next 2, 3 months, you know. But anyway, yeah, this information has got everybody um, stuck here. Because, like I was reading, you're reading that, what's her name in the polls is running ahead of Trump by a couple points or something. It's like a close race. But my wife said somebody went to a place and just asked all these people in a restaurant somewhere, I forget where it was, who they vote for, and almost unanimously everyone said Trump. And you see a lot of videos with people saying that. And it kind of varies, like you said here, polls don't mean anything. Um, it's all propaganda, and who the hell knows? You go to another place, different type of people uh, that don't like Trump and everything he stands for. They rip the signs down. They won't vote for him. They hate him. Yeah, Lichman knows. Okay, yeah, he's supposedly the guru and this and that, and his points. I think I looked at his points. We'll see. Honestly, he uses his little thing there. I think it's kind of skewed. Okay, and we'll see. We'll see what happens. Because honestly, if Trump don't win, either people don't vote, okay, and just run their mouths and don't show up on election day. Because I told them vote early. They're, well, I don't like voting. I said, why? Why don't you vote early? The damn shit goes in there. You ain't gotta wait in line. I said one time during a controversial vote where I live out in the middle of nowhere, I'm going to some church, and there, I don't know how many people. For years, I went and go to the church and vote. You really didn't stand in line long. There weren't that many people in the evening, supper time, and they had some controversial law they were going to vote for. It was a North Carolina law, and I mean, you drove in. There was a big parking lot to this place, and everything. There were cars parked out on the highway. So many people came there, you know, and decided to vote. That were registered in the area. They ran out of ballots, okay, and stuff. And they just said, we have to stop. I was there one time. They said we have to just stop at this point, okay, because they only get say 1,000 people, 1,500 people voting over the years, and the next thing you know, you got all 5,000 of your people for that district voting on something. Okay, it goes to show you most people don't vote, and that's a problem. I think the estimate is 30 or 40. It's never very high. It's like 40% of the people eligible to vote do vote or something. I mean, can you believe that? But I've seen, like I said, when I seen it, I can believe that. Okay. And it's like nobody really cares or has the time until something that really upsets them or will affect their life. And next thing you know, they just, everyone shows up at once. So it's hard to say. Yeah, Joel, that's another thing. You go out, I don't see any Democrat signs um, anywhere around where I am until you go to this one area where there's a liberal college, very large college, something similar to Berkeley. And then in that area, you will see all the Democratic signs in the yards and stuff. But anywhere for 50 miles in any direction, where it's all farmers and working class people. And you don't really see a lot of Trump signs either. Okay, which is, I think people are nervous that there'll be some uh, backlash or some sort of turmoil post election. Okay, people are on edge. Okay, with inflation, with everything, people are nervous. And, like you said, when I went and looked at what's his name's Lynchman's things, uh, that political or civil unrest. Okay, you can have riots to order. That was all done artificially, in my opinion, by the deep state. and it was all done in there, and then it fits into Lichman's thing, but that was artificially created. Why is there no civil unrest now? Has anything changed that supposedly caused the civil unrest? I don't think so. Um, I don't know. It's tough to say. Like I said, with disinformation, how do you know what's going on? I mean, I'm like I said, we'll go back and look again. I checked the state said that. Yeah, see, that's seems like 100%, 109% turned out. Yeah, end of times. Yeah, I don't know. You could say that there's been some bad times, but I doubt it's the end. 100%, not 109. I don't really think they ever had 100% voters turnout. Okay, I don't follow the statistics, but it's been for years. People tell you to get out and vote, and that's why get out and vote is the thing, and that's true. Let's see. Yeah, then the war in the Ukraine. Okay, one person who is an analyst says that that's another thing. The Russians are crushing the Ukrainians. And then there was another one where this guy is said, he goes, I'm a military veteran, and he's showing a map, and he's saying where the Ukrainian invasion into Russia, they're dividing the forces, and they destroyed tanks and this and that, and they've got the Russians in a trap of some sort. So I don't know. Okay, polls. Okay, yeah, that's. I think that was the most. Is a 60% turnout. So there's never been 100%. Uh, I doubt that. But yeah, that was it. Sometimes 40, 50, but a 60%. So yeah, but like the war in Ukraine, all kinds of wild stuff. Then there was something I was watching. It was a video from, I think, news from India, and it just showed these pictures, like you see the infrared weapons pictures where they're blowing up buildings and stuff. But who is it? It could have been a Gulf War for all I know. It's there's really nothing there, and they say this is Russia crushing the Ukraine. Okay, which if it is, you're not going to hear it on the regular news. And then you got somebody else, and he just had a map. He didn't have no pictures. He's showing where the forces are coming in and splitting, and they got them trapped, and they've taken over these towns, and kind of like World War II ground stuff. They got missiles, okay. And another thing, people start talking about this stuff. The Russians got missiles pointed at us right now, okay. You want to really push it and get crazy, try and get a couple missile strikes, see what happens. That's why they even say this or do this is totally ridiculous, or what the outcome is. I believe it's all been decided by the people that really run things, not so much the people who we believe are elected. And who knows what they're going to plan to do. But like I said, we started the countdown because a lot of people, I think people would say, oh, 100 days left and that. And this week, too, following the precious metals and that, them guys get into all the uh, Fed meetings and reports that come out about labor, about inflation and that. And this week here, actually, yeah, today, they said things were going to get weird today. And that's when the Feds are meeting to go with the rate cut. I think they started yesterday or today, and then they're going to make a decision by Friday, which is a big thing um, in the global economy. Okay, so that's depending on what you look at. It ain't so much warfare. It isn't so much politics. It's the finances and what's going on. You know, they're all tied in, but it depends what you're looking at. And a lot of people focus on this, and there's a ton of guys out there that it's like when you buy stocks, futures, anything. You need to be informed. You need to keep an eye on certain things to make a decision. And again, you're hearing these conflicted, crazy things, and there's 17th, only so many days left, the 17th or the 18th of September, and who the fuck knows? Who knows? But I get emails every day for all these different gun wholesalers or whatever, and even ammunition. If you have the money, picking up an extra case of 9 millimeter, or I've seen some of these Turkish-made polymer frame pistols. They're selling them for $240 or something. Which usually they were like close to 380 or some shit. And I mean, they're cranking them out like crazy. Uh, if you're interested in guns, now it's time to be picking up some decent stuff at a good price or stocking up on your ammo. I got ammo out the butt here. I may I might get another case of nine because it's cheaper for me to buy it than to reload it and just go out and shoot my pistols. The weather's nice. Matter of fact, I got to hit the range tomorrow. I don't know if I do another one or because I'll be on the range at 9 o'clock in the morning. The weather broke finally. Uh, it was nasty the past couple of days with that storm they had flooding down on the coast and all this other stuff. And, plus, after we get done here to 27 minutes, uh, really to perpetuate this for another 46 days, because going early, when I went early yesterday, nobody was up or was waiting for it. So I don't know. I'd like to get some range time in. I do it in the morning because by 9:30, that's when the range gets crowded and people come with all this weird crap and stuff, and they're shooting. So whenever I'm out there testing a gun or something and I want to make a comment on the range while I'm shooting it, then it gets blotted out. Plus, I got to go and do some work with these damn shotguns, start getting rid of them or something or whatever. One doesn't work worth the shit. The other ones I kind of got working, and I was doing something with the pump today. I'll have some videos up on that, and I kind of straightened it out. And fixed one or two of the small problems there that were going on. But there's people that love them and people that hate them, and you can say that about anything out there. Like looking for that microphone. I'd go on Amazon, I'd look, and I'd check the reviews and see. And there's always 1-star reviews where these things don't function, get feedback, do weird crap. And you got to look at the percentage. Is it 2%, 3%, 8? And you go up and there's 80, 85% all positive reviews. I don't know, just the quality of stuff, because with electronics, especially cheap stuff made in China, you may get something that don't work at all or stops working after. Some people say it stopped working after 3 months and stuff. So you never know. But yeah, don't know. Yeah, that's a good point. They said at about this time. See, this is the weird thing. I heard it's just like I said, you hear so much stuff out there. Okay, it's kind of like the fortune tellers. They give you such a broad scope that anything is possible that after it fits in. But I heard around the 17th or something is when there was going to be another assassination attempt. Okay, around then. I don't know if that was from an astrological forecast. If you get into astrology or something, I forget. They said there's going to be one attempt in September, and then they said that postal, if he wins the election, there's going to be another assassination attempt between the election and when he takes office. And so I don't know. But yeah, they're intent on stopping him. Yeah. Because the question kind of is, they really don't have any candidates. So if they do assassinate, I don't know what the hell they do. Who's gonna take his place? You know. And then, like I said, there's so much stuff out there. You can't really believe half of what you hear anyway. You know. And that's what they want. They want you to be so confused. That is a military tactic. Okay, disinformation. It's been used in World War II and everything else. When you get people so confused, uh, they can't make a clear decision choice or know what's going on in reality or unreality or um, whatever. What the hell are you going to do? And like I was saying something to somebody when I was down at the club yesterday, vote early. This one woman, oh, no, don't. I said, why not? I said, what do you think? They throw the friggin' ballots away or something? I mean, the way it is, we do it. You fill the sheet out, put it in the damn machine, and it's counted and tabulated right there. Okay. New York, they had the old booths with the big scroll. Every time you yank that lever over, turn the scroll over, you hit the switches, it marked the thing, and then went back. And then your poll watchers. My grandfather had a friend. He lived when I was living in the old neighborhood. He lived down the street there. Old man Riccardi, Jimmy Riccardi, God rest his soul. One of them nice Depression era people. Come out of a James Cagney movie or something. He wasn't a big man, but if you got into an argument with him, 70, 75 years old or something, and people would give him a ration of shit and he'd haul off. And I mean, I've seen him lay guys out there twice his size. He's a strong, crazy old man. Okay. And they were outspoken, those people. They didn't care. I mean, you know. All right, Sean, good morning. Yeah, see, all of this it's our democratic system is failing, it's collapsing. Okay, because I believe deep down inside that all the corruption and shit going on, it's It's bad. And I believe it was always like it. If there, I was watching that movie about Meyer Lansky, and this guy was trying to interview him back in the 70s or something before he died. This guy was interviewing him, and he said during the war, the federal government used organized crime because they controlled the docks and that to root out spies. And he said the U.S. government worked with your criminal organization, and all he said was, and it's classic old gangster that he goes, the United States government is not what the American people think it is. That was a classic quote, and I think maybe he did say that, but whoever come up with that saying, you know, the United States government is not what people think it is, which I think kind of rang true all these years. So who knows? But yeah, end of time. Well, end of times. I don't think so. Things will go on. There's too many wealthy people that have too much invested for time to end or whatever chaos. See that's one thing everyone forgets. No matter how much they try to pump this fear into you and everything else, if society collapses, if there's unrest and chaos and burning and looting, okay, wealthy people are not going to make money. If society stops functioning, these people, these corporations are going to lose money. And one thing evil, wealthy people that have power and money don't like is losing their money and not having power. Okay, so a lot of scenarios, you got to always factor that in. They might scare the hell out of everyone to agree to some weird change in the way the government runs or laws. Okay, but, to actually see unrest to the level that they destroy the country. They just, well, the infrastructure screwed up anyway. So, but totally destroying it, and that it isn't going to help no one. It ain't going to help them either. Last night they were blaming Trump for his own assassination attempt. How does that theory work? Just his behavior. He's driving people to the point where they wish to kill him. I don't know. I don't know. So we got in 30 minutes in the middle of doing some stuff. Yeah, so kind of don't know. You're kind of running out of, things to carry on here. I was going to do one, but I may do them later in the afternoon because I got about 11 people here. I'd like to go to the range in the morning and then maybe do another live at 2 in the afternoon. I do catch different people. I can tell certain people. Well, there's certain people like Joe. No matter when I go live, he's there. There's certain people that, I can do it in the afternoon or on any different given day. And there's certain individuals that I guess they still get a notification and show up and comment. That may be what I'm going to do. I want to get some things straightened out. I'm actually going through all my reloading tools and components. Some not having excess of, and may start just shuffling stuff around. Yeah. But I will have the mic tonight, so hopefully I'll get this because I noticed that camera didn't act up today, but yesterday it was out of focus for a while. This webcam and the audio isn't quite good, you know. So yeah, and even Log Cabin Loon was there. Haven't heard from him in a while. He told me just go and buy some simple shirt mic or something. I got a little thing that we broadcast. And there's another glitch in the video there. So I don't know if the camera is getting old or acting up. I've had it for quite a few years. The camera may be starting to get shot. And that was an expensive one. I think I paid over $100 for the damn thing. But who knows? You know. Yeah, so that's what I think we're gonna do. So I don't know how when I changed the times. I remember, yesterday was too early, didn't have no one. 12 people or so. It's about what normally shows up. So 9 o'clock was a good time. But now that the weather's good and I want to get out, oh yeah, for now. But I mean, when it first started up, it was out of focus and blurry for a couple minutes. Then it got good. It's a good camera. It does, um, you know, the video feed or the image is good. But I played back my live broadcast and the sound is terrible. The sound isn't good. So the microphone and the way this software works, there's like a microphone, there's 5 dots, and no matter if I raise or lower my voice, it's only got one dot lit up. Now that dot is flashing from green to yellow or something. So maybe the microphone is going bad on the camera, on the web camera. I didn't notice that till I was staring at it. It's green and it flickers. So another share screen. Cancel that. Don't know what the hell that means. Yeah, but like I said, I just seen this here on because I'm using YouTube Studio to do this, and the audio is there, and every time I boot that camera on, I get a decent video feed. But there's been some flickering, and yesterday when I turned it, it's the first time it was like out of focus. It was out of focus for the first part of the chat, 30 seconds, a minute or something. But I've never seen the camera do this. Usually when I turn the camera on and go live, it comes into focus with this picture as it is now. Yeah, see something with this software. Then when I went and used StreamYard, they changed their whole format and everything there. And there's a way to adjust the mic, to adjust the volume and quality there. But I'm going to work on it. Yeah, so probably tomorrow. I do want to go to the range and do some stuff. I'm working on a couple things. I'd like to go test them, and I like going very early in the morning. I leave the house around 6:30, 7 o'clock. It's 1 hour to travel to my range and get out there. And as long as the sun's up, I can shoot. As long as it's daylight, shoot, get done, get home, the gun's cleaned up. Because I do have to go. Yeah, I don't. When the hell is that? That's in the afternoon on the 24th. So, but yeah, tomorrow I may do a later thing after 12, live, because just my schedule. So that's why I pick Sundays. Sunday mornings I can consistently do that. Uh, Sunday morning at 10 o'clock till 11 or noon. Uh, it's good for me for the live chats. It's just like making shorts. Okay, 60 seconds. How do you keep coming up with an idea to make another? Of course, you really don't have too much because the few thousand views I get on a short, it's like I'm holding up. This is a flashlight, okay? And I probably get 1,000 views, you know, for a 15-second looking at a flashlight or something. So that's another thing that frightens me. But yeah, I think that's going to be it for today, guys. We got to come up with some topics. You can still leave a comment like a video, and I will see them when I check the email. I do get all my comments from all my videos on my email. If you got some ideas or something else to talk about, all right, Peter. Um, my own range. Trouble is, my dog has now developed gun shy, and he makes me feel bad. Oh well. It'd be nice if I had my own range. Save me a lot of time, but unfortunately, I didn't buy property with land. I'm out in the county. You can shoot here, but it's just the houses in the development. There's no way to have a backstop to safely do it. You know, that's the problem. But yep. All right, gentlemen. I will see you tomorrow in the afternoon. Cole's going to get some range time, and we'll try to come up with some other topic or something on our countdown. Have to get 40 some odd more things to talk about to make it interesting. All right. Once again, thanks for stopping by, guys. Always good to hear your uh, comments and that. And have a good day, gentlemen.